Now it gives me great pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, thought leader in economics, banking and the environment, Chief Executive Officer of the Doha Bank, Dr.Seetharaman.
President of the European University, Dr. Dirk, distinguished faculties, parents, teachers, well-wishers, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a pleasure and privilege for me to be an integral part of this interesting and exciting celebration. We live in a changing world, interconnected world, interdependent world. As we speak, politics and economics is converging. What was once G7 has become G8, G8 has become G20 today in Rio, discussing the sustainability in real order. Financial economies are converting as real. Real economies are redefining the scope and performance. Globalization, re-regulation, what was once designed as a deregulation has become now re-regulation. Technology and consumerism is redefining the global space. Countries and continents, individuals and institutions who have lived beyond their means are coming to terms. The world is in the new realignment. This alignment is setting new standards to have gospel far to the mass. Communism has changed. Capitalism is altering its form and substance. Mixed economies are responding well to changing dynamics. Globalization is creating new opportunities. Re-regulation is setting new standards for us to see the world is sustainable. Universal standard in terms of accounting, valuation, securitizations are all impending challenges for us to see through. World is financially stable and functional. That's the world we are in. That's the challenge we all have. We are going to relish these challenges. Every day is interesting, exciting. We live in a Facebook world. This world is creative, informative, interconnected world. We are interdependent more than ever. The world is shrinking as one prescription that is driving towards truth, driving towards value-based systems, driving towards knowledge society. That's the world we are in. We are setting new standards for us to see through. World is measurable, manageable, controllable, and it's going to sustain its values, what we have inherited as heritage, civilization, culture, to see world is enduring for generations to come, happiness to come. We have to recognize financial economies are converting as real. Global economics today is in disarray. Advanced economies are reeling under pressure. Clearly, governing evidence is what we have seen in the last 4 years. What was once started as a subprime crisis resulted into liquidity crisis. Liquidity has moved to funding. Today, it has become a sovereign crisis. That's what we are witnessing in Europe. America is still under pressure in terms of unemployment. Consumer spending is still under pressure. Clearly, the growth is less than 3%. That's what IMF dictum says. Europe, as a design, it's being subject to a lot of error and realignment. Monetary policy and fiscal policy have to come to terms. Countries who have breached the Maastricht criteria have to set in new standards to realign, to make sure we set in new dictum to see everyone live within the framework defined. It's not confined to Greece alone. It is Spain, Portugal, Italy. Politics and economics have to converge to see we have realignment, remodeling take place. Real economies are also under pressure. While they are insulated in terms of macroeconomics, they are not isolated from the global crisis. Countries who have gone through extraordinary emerging market trend, whether it is Brazil or Russia or India or China, now under pressure. Countries like China, which was costing not less than 9% for 30 consecutive years, are under stress to see they sustain the credibility as economic engine of the world. India, as a functional democracy, is going through a tremendous amount of stagflation. The growth is 5.3%, while the inflation is 7.4%. Stagflation is a reflection we are seeing. That's the world we are in. That's the change in terms of the politics and economics we are seeing in the changing market preference, creating new momentum to come together. That's why today in Rio, sustainability is being talked about. Financial markets are today gambling grounds. The liquidity has improved the financial stability. The quantitative easing, printing money supply has improved the overall liquidity in the financial market. Stock market was bubbling. Currency market was manipulated to a large extent. Global governance was at stake. To promote the trade, currency war was created. Currency war has resulted in trade war. That's what the reflection we are seeing. Arab Spring, human dignity has been the paramount for civilization. That's been the trend we have seen in Tunisia, Egypt, and again, Libya, Syria. Now we are witnessing extraordinary changes in politics. The road is bumpy, but the transformation is good. Human dignity is all about getting the value for we inherit our systems. We are making sure individuals become institutions. They tend to value the respect and dignity as eternal. That's the change we are seeing. In the midst, I'm seeing the bright young students. They are no more location-centric. They are information-centric. They are not product-centric. They are consumer-centric. They are connected with digital device. Interconnected world is in their fingertips. We have to learn from them. I see a positive momentum and reflection in your face. Your new world will be adding enduring values as long as you have principle-centered values within you. Knowledge society can never fail. You, as graduates today, are going to equip value systems for generations to come. Not only we want to create a better world, we want to create better citizenship to see the world is enduring its values for which it has been created by God. We have to necessarily recognize the change in the global makeup is real and the risk is real as well. Risk is getting redefined. In financial terms, what was once defined as value at risk today is integrated in many respects. If it is a corporate enterprise, it's clearly integrated shareholders and stakeholders' values. Public-private partnership models are evolving. You have to realize this is your world. This world is giving you exciting opportunity as long as you realize principle-centered value is within you. I call it a self-realization. Tattvam, this is what we have been told. Realize yourself. And God is within yourself. Mata, Pita, Guru, Devam. This is what my language says. And father and mother are your prime gods. They are eternal. They are with you. They are creating you to sustain long-term values. Respect them. That's what we need to learn. The teachers, the faculties, the gurus, in my language, if I have to express, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo, Maheshwaraha, Guru Chakshat, Parambrahma Tasmai Sri, Gurave Namaha. That's the value systems. Respect your teachers. They are your third God. Then comes the respective religion teaches you the value systems which you have inherited through your parents. And again, you have to necessarily realize it's all about setting vision and goal for yourself. You have to set in as young minds the direction you want. Think first. You will have it. Management by objectives. That's what Peter Drucker said. I have to recollect the story of Socrates. Once a young boy went to Socrates and asked him, I want to know the secret of your success. He asked him to come and see him next day. He took him to the river. He immersed him in the water, and he was desperate for air. And when he turned blue, he pulled him out and said, what was the utmost desired need you have had when you were under the water? He said, air. That's what you need. Sense of success. Smell it, you will have it. That's what you need to know. Set in your vision. It will happen twice. Once in your mind and in execution. You have to realize that. And again, you have to necessarily realize there's no substitute for hard work. There's no substitute for hard work. That's what we need to learn from the caterpillar stories. The biology teacher was teaching how the caterpillar turns into a butterfly. There's no shortcut to it. It has to go through the struggles. An impatient student broke the cocoon and the bird and the butterfly died instantly. What does it tell you? You have to go through the struggle. These are formative years. You have to necessarily realize value system is all about developing a habit of hard work, and it will take you places. There's no substitute. And again, you need to have determination, drive within yourself. That's what we learned from Abraham Lincoln. What was he? At the age of 27, he had nervous breakdown. 28, he lost his law. And 32, he lost the Legislative Assembly. 37, he lost the Senate. 47, he lost the Vice Presidency. 52, he was the President. Quitter never wins. Winner never quits. That's what we learned from Abraham Lincoln. Commitment to society is what you need to learn again. Commitment to family. What you learn from your parents is what you're going to teach to your children. How your parents are treating their parents is what you're going to return back to your parents. There's no theory other than Newton's. Every action of yours will have opposite and equal reactions. That's what the lessons we have learned. That's what the dictum nature has given us. And that is true. That is real. That is to be absorbed in real response to changing dynamics, value systems which we need to endure. And again, society is all about recognizing the change and making sure what you have learned, what you have earned, give it back to society. That's part of your sustenance. We want to make sure the planet has given us enduring values. The planet has to be maintained. That's what Rio is discussing today. Give it back to society. Look at the changing face of the world. Look at the climate change. The global warming and climate change. Increasing temperature, increasing sea levels. We all have to participate in tandem to make sure we create a better world. The global convention in terms of global warming and climate change needs to be measured and managed by politicians and economics. Young generation like you have to come forward to set in new standards to create new world order. That's an opportunity. And we also have to recognize it is not necessarily in the hands of United Nations alone. It was spelled out in 1992. Then it became Kyoto Protocol. It was not practiced in real response to changing dynamics. Developed world and developing world are contentious in their response because economics was preceding politics. And politics and economics have to converge in real response to changing dynamics. That's the new world order we are developing. It means you and me have to come together. We as collectively have to respond to the changing dynamics for us to realize the world will become a better place if you follow the principle-centered truth. That's what Satyameva Jayate. That's what exactly Mahatma Gandhi has said. We need to love everyone. We like everyone. Every day is interesting. Every day is exciting. Every day is challenging. Every day is inspirational. Every day is motivational. That's what we need to understand. Peace is within you. You create peace. Your heart and mind has to reconcile to see you create a better world for yourself. If you start loving yourself, loving your neighbor, loving your society, the world is becoming a better place. That's what Mahatma Gandhi said. And service to humanity is ultimate. Finding yourself, he said, is all about servicing others, and losing for others is what the real service. That's what Mahatma Gandhi has said. So, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear students, everything is interesting and exciting. Every day, everything is inspirational as long as we believe in principle-centered truth. Nothing but truth can take you places. Trust in yourself. God is within you. Realize yourself. World is yours. You will become better citizens. You will create a better world. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your kind attention.